Okay, this lesson is on age problems. So basically, in these kind of problems, you're trying to solve for the age of um, a person, but it's usually in comparison with another person. So, for example, in this question, a father is now only 3 times as old as his son, but 8 years ago, the father was 5 times as old as his son. So find their present ages. So in this one, we're looking for the ages of both the father and the son. So usually it's a good idea to set up a chart. So we have the father and we have the son. And then we have present and past. So you can say now and in the past. All right, so now, which is in the question, a father is now only 3 times as old as his son. So we can call the son X, and we'll call the father 3X, right? Because the father is now 3 times as old as his son. But 8 years ago, so that's the part where we're looking at the past. So when we talk about 8 years ago, we have to take the 3X and subtract 8 to show that 8 years ago. And same thing with the son, x minus 8 as well. All right, the other thing we know is that 8 years ago, the father was 5 times as old as his son. So we do have to represent that as well. So we're going to set it up now into our equation. So 3x minus 8. And it's equal to 5 times x minus 8. All right, so that is our equation. And now we would just solve for x. And remember that x represents the son. And let's go ahead now and solve for x. So we have 3x minus 8 on the left side, and we're going to multiply the 5 with everything in the brackets here. So it's 5x minus 40. And then we just have to collect terms here. We can bring the 5x to the left-hand side, so subtract 5x on both sides, and we get negative 2x is equal to, I'm going to add the 8 here as well to both sides. So that's gone there and that's gone there. So negative 40 plus 8 gives me negative 32. Okay, and then I'm just going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. And that gives me x is equal to 16. All right, so because x is equal to 16, therefore the son is 16. So our statement here, the son is 16, and then it's 3 times 16, which is 48. So the father is 48. Our next example is John is twice as old as Bill. In 5 years, the sum of their ages will be 34. Find their present ages. So we have John, and we have Bill, and we have the now, and we have the future. Right, so right now, John is twice as old as Bill. So Bill is X, and John will be 2X. In 5 years, the sum of their ages. So the sum, that means adding them together, and that's in 5 years. So in the future, so it's going to be 2x plus 5 and x plus 5. All right, and if we add them together, we know that the sum is equal to 34. So 2x plus 5 plus x plus 5 is equal to 34. All right, so let's collect our like terms because we can collect the 2x and the x together. That gives me 3x. And then I can collect the 5 and the 5 here, which gives me 10. So 3x plus 10 is equal to 34. And then subtract the 10 on both sides. That gives me 3x is equal to 24. And then divide by 3 on both sides. That gives me x is equal to 8. All right, so if we go back to our variables here, x represents Bill, 2x represents John. So therefore, Bill is 8 and John is 16, okay, because it's 2 times x for John. So Bill is 8 and John is 16. All right, so our last example here, a mother is 3 years less than 5 times as old as her daughter. If the sum of their ages is 39, find the age of each. So we have the mother and we have the daughter, and we're just looking at now. It's nothing to do with the past or the future. So we're just looking at now. So we're going to call the daughter X, and then the mother is 3 years less than 5 times as old as their daughter. So 5 times, so 5x, and then 3 years less, so minus 3. Okay, so I think that's all we have here. Next, we just have that the sum of their ages is 39, so we'll add up the two equations, or the two expressions together, and make it equal to 39. Okay, so we have 5x minus 3 plus x is equal to 39. All right, and we'll just collect our like terms. We can collect 5x and x together. That gives me 6x is equal to, we're going to add the 3 over. So just add the 3 like so. And that gives me 42. And then we just divide by 6 on both sides. And that gives me x is equal to 7. All right, so that means the daughter, x equals to 7. The daughter is 7. And then the mother is going to be 5 times 7 minus 3. So 5 times 7, which is 35, subtract 3, which is 32.